I got the horse right here. The name is Paul Revere, and here's the guy.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Edson with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, August the 9th races.
Yep.
Back to an afternoon card after the Friday night program. But once, like we did on the Friday show, we're going to kick things off with a recap.
Yeah, we're going to look at the last
21.
three stakes from BC Cup Day. First one we're going to look at is the fifth race. This is the debutante for two-year-old fillies. Horse to keep an eye on here, the 6, See You at Eau Claire, the 7, Hippie.
Tactics made the lead.
Tactics
here.
was the
Tactics
5,
up
yeah.
there on the lead. See You at Eau Claire sat a good second, and then here comes Hippie running up into the runner-up spot. See You at Eau Claire made a good move to sit in the third spot. And, those three pretty much sit the trip nicely. Not much changes for the next quarter mile. Long shot Miss Finality, who did run into the Superfecta at 42-1, was slipping in fourth. Really, nothing much changes here for quite a while.
They go pretty fast up front.
They're a little slower than the
boys, yeah.
Geldings. They went a little silly, but 22 flat, and I believe they're 45.
They go 45 and
That's
2,
still
yeah.
pretty solid. And Hippie does put away Tactics, and but See You at Eau Claire had too good a trip drafting in behind the leaders, and these two pretty much looked like Miss Finality was going to make a pretty good run here. She was laying in third on the outside, but
The horse, too, that drew in the 12, Snuggles.
Snuggles is going to come. We're rolling
up the lane, yeah.
He's like fifth right now, but heading to the rail and just motoring up it. See You at Eau Claire had a big break already, and then Snuggles comes and nails her stablemate Hippie right at the wire in 118 3/5. But congratulations to Don Denard and Greg Tracy.
Richard Hamill, yeah.
And Richard Howell, nice trip just in behind the speed, and they were pretty comfortable winners of the 2015 edition of the Debutante. Up next was the
Red Cup Classic.
Oh, yes, big one of the day.
Very popular winner here.
You're very delighted, I'm sure.
Square Dancer
Did
comes.
you have to interview them all?
Yeah, 200 of them. It took a while. It took a while to get them off the track, actually.
Yeah.
Horse, keep an eye on here. 8, Modern, breaks well and goes to the lead. Brass and Gold.
Always breaks well.
Yeah.
A nice stopping position. Mysterious Soul didn't break well. We were a little flat-footed and rushed up, and definitely ended up helping out the Hastings Racing Club horse by softening up Modern just enough to make things a little interesting at the wire. But, Modern had the lead here by a length. Mysterious Soul was second. Brass.
He carves out pretty good fractions too. He goes in 23 and 2, 47 flat.
That's not bad.
That's all right.
That's not brutal. That's slower than what he's been running.
Yeah.
Because he's been tearing off. But Mysterious Soul breathing on him really didn't help him. Mr. Bowling's laying in third. Brass and Gold down on the inside. And I think it's Twist Grips is now coming up on the outside of Brass and Gold. And Square Dancers in 6. Nice break. You want to find that dead zone in a race. And Scott Williams was very good at finding a little spot where the horse can relax. There's no one on your inside, outside. You can just put the horse to sleep for a while. He ends up getting hung out a little wider on the second turn to Square Dancer.
But like you say, he's comfortable. He's
comfortable.
He's not trapped in horses.
No, he's in the clear and he's pretty happy. And he rolls up wide. But right now, Modern looks to be going well. Mysterious Soul is under a ride now. Brass and Gold's coming up the rail. Mr. Bowling, you could see, was in a little trouble here and not,
It wasn't his day.
His day.
But Modern kind of kicks away a little bit from Mysterious Soul here. Looks like a winner here.
But the mile and 8 will get to a lot of them. And here comes Square Dancer out 4 deep.
Yeah, he goes very wide here. He's out in the middle of the track there.
And that's where you want to roll. That's where he wants to be. He's a mile track horse. A little more comfortable out there. Oh, and then it's right to
Classic Sense, Clipped Heels.
Clipped Heels, okay. And once again,
everybody's okay, yeah.
Yep.
And Square Dancer
just nips him on the
just
wire.
Got him.
Congratulations to the Hastings Racing
Obviously a very popular winner on the day. 200 or so people in the winner's circle. And the last one we'll take a look at was the Stellars J. This was the 8th race on the card. 3-year-old race going a mile and a 16th. And horse to keep an eye on here, Aditya, the 6 horse of the Anita Bolton barn. He sets all the early fractions. He was your favorite. And he runs a very big race. He does get caught down the lane by the 9. Cats on Fire, but
Aditya broke well. Chris didn't break well. Tornador broke well, and
might have costed each of the
definitely.
race. Yeah.
Because the fractions were not brutal, but they could have been a lot easier for Aditya after Creus broke slowly.
Yeah.
Creus is out there keeping the 8-horse.
Sedin, yeah.
Sedin was trying to push up, and Richard wasn't going to let that happen. So, 4 of them stacked. I got 5 of them stacked up.
Yeah.
I don't know where. Now that's Berard Breeze not relaxing. And but yeah, Toreador got the lead, and Aditya actually got settled in nicely behind the 23 and 3. Wasn't silly fractions, and they got a comfortable half.
Yeah, 47 and 2. They go the half, so that's fine. Yeah.
Like Aditya's going 48 almost. He's getting a really good trip, and up the inside is Creus, or in between is Creus. Laying in 4.
Creus runs a good one. Brother Duster runs a good one too.
Brother Duster's just on the rail inside of Creus.
Yeah.
Creus was outside of the entire race. Never seemed happy. His horses didn't want to relax in behind horses. Gave up the rail to Brother Duster, who just scoots up the inside. Here comes Aditya. Looks to be going well, and is going well. Creus makes it 3 wide, and then coming about 6 now, out 3 wide is Cats on Fire, who's making excellent progress under Antonio Reyes. Goes widest of all at the head of the lane.
3 more races to start.
And
Aditya kind of shakes away from everybody here.
Got
And
by Creus here, and Aditya's got the lead. Brother Duster up the inside, but Cats on Fire does get up to win it under Antonio Reyes in 144.
after a troubled beginning to the day, blew a shoe in the paddock. Had to have a shoe.
For Cats on Fire, but ended up working out well, winning the race. Congratulations to Russ and Lois Bennett, Barb Heads, and of course Antonio Reyes. Ford for Cats on Fire. Let's get into the Sunday program.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start. 3-0 fillies, 6.5 furlongs. 6 of them signed on. I ended up on the 1-horse Biscuit. This horse is going to get a good trip coming from off the pace. Goes without blinkers. Tried blinkers on off the claim last time from Mel Snow. I just see a lot of speed in here. The 2 Sky Victress is silly fast. The 3 Fourth in Command is the obvious choice. Probably, just 1 for 16, 2 starts back. He's in for 8. Cadeo's got speed. Lady Dawson's fast, and Catch and Fire just went. Like 5 of the horses want to go to the front. So this is like your textbook race for an off-the-pace horse to win it. But we'll see if that happens. But Biscuit with the blinkers back off, and Medeo Perez re-rides. I like him to defeat the obvious choice, Fourth in Command, and to put Lady Dawson in for 3rd. Just thought this horse had to need a start. Been off a long time. Chase him fast. Habida came back to win. Probably those are way better horses.
Yeah, probably on
those are older horses.
Habida.
Gets in against 3-year-olds, and that's a big thing. I went 1-3-5.
I put the 6 Catch and Fire. As you mentioned, there is a fair bit of pace, but the works are good. She looked good winning last time. I think there's a lot of upside here for Craig McPherson, who claimed this horse off Anita Bolton and made his first race a winning one, and I just think there's a lot of upside for this filly. Yep, lightly raced, and I put her on top of Biscuit, your top pick, and drops out of the 16 into an 8, an obvious choice in there, and of course Fourth in Command, as you mentioned, just 1 for 16, 2 back. The other Craig McPherson runner, I went 6-1 and 3 in the first. On to the second, 2-year-old fillies, maiden 25, going 6 furlongs. I went to the 1, It's a Factum, out of the Anita Bolton barn. A good second behind Cyclone Cindy, ran a big one, first out. Looks like, got the rail, got Pedro, should be the one they have to catch. I put the 3, Were As Good As Gold, in the second spot, the other one that started. That was on the 19th of July. Only got beat 3.5, but comes back with a nice work in 47 and 3 on August 2nd. So one that's definitely got some upside. And I just put the 6 horse in the 3rd, Street Connection, for the connections. Craig McPherson, Richard Hamill. You can never count them out. I went 1, 3, and 6.
Yeah, I went with a 3 horse Were Good As Gold. I thought this horse I'm not crazy about the Cyclone Cindy race. Some of those horses came back to run any good on the C Cup day, but or not. They ran okay, but this might not be the strongest race. They went in 1:14 and 3/5. Not a very fast time, but I'm still going to think that this horse can improve off of that race. A nice, well-bred daughter of Sun Gold, the mare We're Good to Go, could run and come back with a good war. I like the work the horse.
Yeah, that 47 and 3. Yeah.
I put It's a Factum in for 2nd. No value there. Going to be 3 to 5 or 4 to 5, but once again, had every opportunity to win last time. I wouldn't be surprised to see the horse not hit the board, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the horse win. It's just not my kind of horse, but still, I'll put her in for second. And I put the 4 Whippoorwill Song in for third. Comes out of the best race of all them all.
That Ebony Warrior, Fear of the
Claire race. This horse was not a factor in it, but still, this is a lot easier. You're gonna get straight fillies. That was the boys. Like, this horse has got.
That was a super live race, that Ebony Warrior race. So.
Yeah, it was, and quite a few winners have come out of that one. So I'll put her in for third. I can see her winning though. Once again, I'm not a.
Rock solid, yeah.
No, I want 1, 3, 4, but I'm playing them all in the early pick 3.
Yeah.
On the third race, maiden special weight for the Colts here, going 6 furlongs. I ended up on the 1-horse Rock Concert, firster by Rosberg out of a very nice race mare.
Concert music could really run, yeah.
A nice sprinter. She actually could go along to she also raced in the John Snow Barn. So she's got a series of good works. I would be surprised to see her being pretty alive. I also put the debutante, or the debuter, Meet Me at the Oasis, the Troy Taylor, Mark D. Dominical runner, in the mix as well. This one's been working at Pegasus, had a couple of good works here at Hastings, so this one could be pretty sharp in its debut. And I put the 4-horse Valid Val, who has at least had a couple of races under his belt, coming out of that Ebony Warrior, Fear of the Cat race, Pseudo Claire, and this horse was a little wide on the first, actually wide the entire race. So, but I like the comeback works. Pedro rides. I went 1, 6, 4. I think those are your horses here in the third.
I don't have much to add. I got Rock Concert on top. As you mentioned, out of a very good mare. And that gate work in 35 and 4 on the 29th stands out in here. I think he'll leave there running. I put Meet Me at the Oasis. Troy Taylor's always very dangerous. These 2-year-olds got him in the second spot. I put Harbor the Energy, 2-year-old son of Harbor the Gold out of Red Hot Mike Anderson barn. Figured I'd give him a try in the third spot. I went 1, 6, and 3 in the third. On to the fourth. 3-year-old and up Colts and Geldings, claiming 62.50, going 6.5 furlongs. I kind of had trouble, couldn't really land on one very solidly. I went with Wise Boss. I thought a very good run, 2 back in that claiming 4,000 race with Pedro on him. I think Pedro gets along well with his horse. He's in the 1 hole. He's going to have the lead. Catch him to get the money. I put the 6-horse Chief Thundercloud, first-time starter here at Hastings, comes out of Woodbine into the Craig McPherson barn. Richard Hamill rides. Nice work on August 2nd at 59 and 4. He's obviously got
been getting all the rain. This horse
a little bit of talent. He brought
we had
Chief Thundercloud
straight
exactly
tracks, and then Chief Thundercloud comes in.
Brings the Thundercloud, and I put Leo's in the house, the third spot. He's had a very good year, and he fits well in the 62.5. I went 1, 6, and 4.
Yeah. I ended up on the 4 Leos in the house, but I can see the 1 Wise Boss. I can see I didn't fall in love with anyone. I went Leos in the house, been freshened up after a disappointing effort, first off the claim. They did run him along, though. He gets back to a sprint, does have a series of works for trainer Jim Brown, so I put him in the winner's circle. I put the Pat Jarvis runner, Fleming's Beach, in for second. Thought this horse ran a good race against Game 7, Brother Chunky and Teddy the Bear. Those are better horses. And kind of got shuffled back a bit, and didn't get the cleanest of trips. Resent Joxy re-rides, and I put the 1-horse Wise Boss, who is the controlling speed. I mean, this horse is always dangerous on the head end.
Yeah.
He does fail sometimes in the stretch, but we'll see if he gets left alone. And but I went 4, 2, and 1 in the 4th race. On the 5th, 3-year-olds here going 6.5 furlongs, got a field of 8 to kick off the late pick 4. I ended up on the 8. Look at me. I was pretty impressed with his run behind. Kissed him goodbye last time.
Yeah.
Did the chasing. It wasn't super close to the horse, but did have an outside draw and kissed him goodbye. Had the inside, and this horse was battling all the way and just got caught late by Mario's Wind. With had a perfect trip up the inside. So I'd like the 8 definitely over the 1 horse. I'm just worried about the post and maybe Bandoliero and Mr. Glitz and some others in here, maybe ruining him a little bit, making him 3 or 4 1 on the first turn. Anytime you have an outside post, you still at the mercy of what the inside horses do leaving the gate. But look at me off of his last race. For me, is the horse to beat. I put the 4-horse Legion of Boom in for second. I have no idea if this horse can run at all, but he ran 3rd in a stake, kind of by default. The other 2 horses didn't run all that well in the River Rock Casino, and then didn't show up much at all in the Chris Losa. But you respect the connections. This horse did win a maiden allowance race earlier this year. Hamilton. Obviously, they're not happy with the way he's going. He plummets to 8,000. So Legion of Boom. put him on the ticket, but be worried.
Yeah.
And I put Mario's Win, not a horse I don't love, or I don't hate, don't love. I put him in for third. He's had perfect trips to be where he's been in his races, and if the final time is 1:19, well, then he'll win. But I just don't. I don't mind lead the pack off the claim. That horse could be in play.
Yeah.
Too much Johnson. Bandolier, I don't know. It's just a muddled race.
Yeah, it is.
But I like Look at Me. I went 8-4-1. I'm going to stand on him.
I went on Legion of Boom. He is dropping out of stakes company. He takes a big drop down to 8,000. Troy Taylor, when they make these kind of drops, they're usually pretty salty. I put him on top. I put Mario's Win in the second spot. I like the move back to Richard Hamill, who was aboard when he did break his maiden. And I put Bandoliero in the third spot. That comes out, it has a decent race against older horses. Green Dude, SL Express, Wonderworld. They're tougher than a 3-year-old 8,000. So I don't mind him in here. I went 4, 1, and 6 in the fifth. On the sixth, maiden 4,000, going 6 furlongs for 3-year-olds and up. I landed on the 8 here, Jockey Style. I thought he went way too quick last time. I mean, 45 and 4 is too quick for, a $4,000 maiden.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So Pedro's got the outside hole this time, so he's going to be able to probably work him to the lead. There's not a lot of other pace in here, so I like Jockey Style on top. I put Pass Believe in the second spot. He's been running those 8,000s. He takes the drop in for 4. He should be respected in here. And Peyton's Command, who keeps knocking on the door. I got him in third spot for Harold Barrowby, but one of these guys, he's going to break through one of these days. I went 8, 1, and 4.
Yeah, I have the same horses. It's just a matter of which one you want to juggle, how you want to juggle the horses around, because you want to go on price. Because anytime you have horses that are like marginally better than the other, it's really tough. Like Jockey Style, I liked the horse when it was a big price. It was even money or close to that last time and got beat. Likely going to be even money.
Yeah.
And I don't want to steer away from. I can see the horse winning for fun, but I'm going to go to the 1 Paz Believe, and just because it may be you might extract 4
more
to
value,
1,
yeah.
7 to 2 out of the horse, and that's all. And a decent draw. Ran against maiden 8s last time. Power to Believe, and this is the moment in his last 2 starts. Those are the better horses than the ones he's been paid. I don't know, just you're splitting hairs trying to pick these maiden $4,000 races, but sometimes you just got to go with one that might pay a little more money. But I agree with your assessment. You're bang on. I went 1, 4, and 8 though. I'm just going to put the 1 horse on top. And race number 7, a nice optional $35,000 claimers for older horses, going 6.5 furlongs. And we see a former horse of the year, Herbie D, resurface in this $35,000 race, and I got ahead his way. I know he chased an extremely fast pace in the Mount Rainier mile 16.
44 and 4.
I know the connections really didn't want to run him in the Long Acres Mile. I mean, that was, of course, why wouldn't you? He's a former Long Acres Mile winner. He won so nicely in Emerald 2 weeks prior, but I guess that it was just not to be, as he ended up getting. There was like 4 horses. That was like crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Not that Striker PhD needs the help, but he got it, and that's why he won by 1 million lengths. But every horse in the race went out there and set silly fractions. And obviously it was the undoing of Herbie D, but still, you got to respect this guy. He's a cool horse. All he does is win races. I got to go to him to win it. For the Gilkers, George Robbins and Darcia Doman. Put the 3-horse Richter Red in for second. Pretty impressed with his maiden score, non-3 score,
that
off the claim.
16 and 2,
and, this horse is on the way up, I think, and they scratched him out of the 25 on Friday to run in this race. So I think he's a threat to her, maybe a distant threat to Herbie D. And I put Stratify in for third. Off the top, I respect, but I just, off the big layoff.
First
probably
race,
a better distance horse anyway. Not really a 6.5 furlong horse, but you got to start somewhere. And the 3-year-old Don't Hold Me Back just got claimed. I don't know. It's just got to start somewhere, I guess. No 3-year-old races going, so he's another one that looks like he wants to run a lot farther than 6.5. So that's why the 3 horse. I would say 3 horses to me are the horses. I went 5, 3, 4.
I agree. Herbie D is going to be probably pretty salty in the spot. It has to be respected. I got him on top. I put the 3-year-old Don't Hold Me Back. He's been running pretty tough races. At Oaklawn and Churchill. He did get claimed last out by trainer Steve Henson. Out of Churchill, and Steve's done very well off the claim this year as we bring in horses in, of course, like Square Dancer. And I put Stratify in the third spot, definitely. Anytime he's in for a price, he's always pretty salty for trainer Dino Condolinos. 5, 2, and 4 for me in the 7th. On the 8th, 3-year-olds and up, 8,000 non-2s. I went to the 3 DJ Snow, took the drop into the 4,000 non-2 last time, and even though he lost his pedals, Amadeo Perez lost his pedals, still won. was much the best that day. I think he can
He
take.
bruised some other things.
Yeah, he can, not just his ego. I think he can take the jump up to 8,000 pretty comfortably. He's your horse in here. I put Similkameen Luke in the second spot. Good second behind Peyton's best in his latest. And now he goes on the Lasix program. I think that could be a big difference for him. I put him in the second spot. And Flame Eternal comes out of a 12-5 non-2 in Seattle. Drops in here for 8 non-2. Richard Hamill rides him. Have to keep an eye on him. 3, 2, and 5 for me in the nightcap.
Yeah, I agree with DJ Snow. This is an ideal spot for this horse to return. He took a shot, ran him for non-2-4, got away with it. Won very easily. Other than Amadeo's efforts, but DJ Snow, the horse himself, did it quite comfortably. He's going to get a favorable pace scenario. I don't know how this race is going to set up, but I got to see Similkameen Luke, who took back last time. This horse has to go. I mean, this horse, its only win came wire-to-wire fashion. The 5, Eternal Flame Eternal, has to go, and so does the 6, Cleared to Victory. This horse is up near fast paces all the time. I see DJ Snow getting a very favorable trip in behind the speed, and in a 6-horse field should get every opportunity to win. I agree with you. The 5-horse Flame Eternal for second. Pretty impressive win. 2 starts back, went to Seattle, got hung out deep in that race and didn't get much of a shot. Still battled on well after a 4-wide trip. And this horse has worked well since coming back for trainer Rydot. So give this horse another shot. And I put the 6-horse Cleared to Victory in for third. I was between the 2, Similkameen Luke. I'm not as big a fan sometimes of first-time Lasix of horses that are run 100 times and then going on Lasix. And usually there's a reason why they keep them off Lasix.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just what's the word? An odds reducer.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to jump on because
he's going on Lasix.
And it's going to run 5 lengths faster, but that's not always the case. But it is more with young horses running first, second, third starts.
They got their third start. They go on Lasix.
More turnaround in their form when that happens. But I went 3, 5, and 6. We both agree on the 3 DJ Snow in the Sunday finale. Well, that'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday program. Next up on screen will be a quick recap of our lovely little selections. In race number 1, I went to the 1 Biscuit, went 3 and 5. Race number 2, I went to the 3-horse. We're as good as gold over the 1 It's a Factum and the 4 Whippoorwill Song, but I like all 3 of them actually. In race number 3, I went to the 1 Rock Concert over the 6 Meet Me at the Oasis in Valid Battle for third. Once again, that's another tough little race. You can get the 2-year-olds. You got to look around. In the 4th race, went to the 4 Leo's in the House, returning after a disappointing effort going long. I went 4, 2, and 1. Returns to a sprint though. In the 5th race, went to the 8 Look at Me over the 4 Legion of Boom and the 1 Mario's Win. Race number 6, I went to the 1 Paz Believe and I went 1, 4, and 8. Race number 7, I went to the former Horse of the Year in British Columbia and former Longacres winner, mile winner, number 5, Herbie D, 5, 3, and 4. In the 7th and the 8th, I went to the 3, DJ Snow, 3, 5, and 6. On to Drew's picks.
In the 1st, I went to the 6, Catchin' Fire over the 1 and the 3. In the 2nd, I went to the 1, It's a Factum over the 3 and the 6. In the 3rd, I went to the 1, Rock Concert over the 6 and the 3. In the 4th, I went to the 1, Wise Boss over the 6 and the 4. I'm on the 1s. I'm all over the 1s. 5th, I went to the 4, Legion of Boom over the 1 and the 6. In the 6th, I went to the 8, Jockey Style over the 1 and the 4. I agree with Mike on the late double. In the 7th, I went to the 5, Herbie D over the 2 and the 4. And the nightcap, number 3, DJ Snow over the 2 and the 5.
All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. Once again, our next live card will be next Friday night. August the 14th. We will have 7 more thrillers for you in the Friday night program to start at 7 o'clock. We wish everyone lots of luck on their wagers on the weekend. And if you can't make it out to Hastings, don't forget you got the Derby Bar and Grill out here. If you're in the South Surrey or Cloverdale or in the Outlet Langley area, you can always come out here to the Derby Bar and Grill. Always got good food specials and
catch a little simulcasting.
The TV's Hastings will be on the big screen, so come on out and enjoy the entertainment here at the Derby Bar and Grill. On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time here on Handicappers Corner.